Okay, so the first step of this is we want to get the fan out. We want to get the fan shroud out. It's going to be on this Jeep for 13 millimeters for the fan shroud. So over here on the driver's side, 1/2 inch 13 millimeter, 1/2 inch 13 millimeter. All right, let's just go ahead and buzz those out. And that one's out. We're here on the passenger side. Okay, you got your 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter, 1/2 inch 13 millimeter. Okay, now that your fan shroud is unbolted, you got 4 1/2 inch bolts holding on the fan. What you're gonna do is take your flat blade, wedge it between the bottom bolt and the shaft, and then always take the box end, put it on your bolt, and give it a good, oh. There you go. Okay. Since the fan's up here, go ahead and get this top one. Grab the next bolt and just pull on it. Turn the motor over. Or, well, spin the fan. You're not turning the motor over. So you get them both up top. Like so. And then just repeat. Okay, now that you got your bolts loose, hopefully you got them finger loose, you're just going to pull them out. Sometimes the fans, they get rusted on. This one isn't. Maybe. Come on. So you're just gonna have to work her off. Oh, just like that. You want to be careful that you don't pull it off so fast that you whack the radiator with it. He will not be happy. Let me get the fan out. Well, got the fan out. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, now you got plenty of room to get the belt off and get the dampener off. So we'll do that now. We gotta get the belt off. I loosen this back bolt and the one right, there's another one right below it. Yeah, right there. So I take that bolt and this bolt. I just loosen them. And then this tensioner, I take, you just back out, and that will loosen the belt. All three of those are a 13. So if you got a ratchet wrench, makes it real nice. That one I already loosened. I believe I already loosened that back one, but the back one, you got to come in from the bottom. Okay, so now the belt will just come off, but I always come on an idler and just pull it off nicely like that. Makes it a little bit easier. See, comes right off. Okay, now that our belt's out of the way, the next thing is we want to get the dampener bolt off. You could see why this job is getting done, but that is going to be a 19 millimeter, and if this is a manual, so I chalked the back tire, stuck it in gear, put the parking brake on, should be enough to let you break that bolt loose. It's only at 80 foot-pounds if whoever did it before torqued it to spec. If it's an automatic, you could do the shoelace trick where take the second spark plug out, make sure the piston's down in the cylinder, and put a shoestring in there, and then start pulling, and when the piston comes up, and it won't damage anything because the shoelace is there. Just make sure you have enough in there so you don't damage anything. Okay. And you're just gonna, there it went. Just like that. Want to be careful not to hit your radiator. You don't want to replace a radiator while doing this job. Okay, get your bolt out of there. Should be a nice big washer. You're gonna need a puller, such as this set, 3-finger. If you have a 2-finger, that's a-okay. And those are 5/16 bolts. Be sure to put your washers in each bolt. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to run them in a few threads. You don't want to pull on, you know, a couple threads. You won't have enough strength there. And you want them to be even. See how this one's out further than this one? You don't want that. Okay. See, that's not pulling even. Does that look like we're pulling straight for you guys down there? We're about to find out if it is. Alright. Well, we just start pulling. There it is. That's your radiator. There's your balancer. So let's get the new one in. Okay, so you got your new dampener. You want to come in, line up your keyway. Lined up. There it is. Wiggle it on some so you know it's on there. Get your bolt. It's already got a little bit of oil on the threads, so plus. Put your bolt in. So we ran into a bit of a problem. The dampener won't go on. Bolt's a little too short to pull it in. And I definitely don't have the bolt way out here. It's way too late, it's 10 o'clock. I'm not going anywhere. So the next step, let's heat the dampener up, expand that metal, get it on. So I know what you're thinking. Go straight for the big guns. Grab the torch. But no, just grab your little propane guy right here. Let's heat it up. You don't want to heat it up too much. You don't want to get crazy. Definitely don't want to melt your rubber. You got one shot at this because that crank is a heat sink. Ow. Squish my finger. And you don't want it too hot because you don't want to frickin' melt the seal. Just like that. Okay. See, she went on. Okay, now we can use a bolt to pull it in the rest of the way. Let's see if we're right. Oh yeah, plenty of threads. It didn't like that, but it worked. So that is torqued to 80 foot-pounds. 80 foot-pounds. And when you torque a bolt, if applicable, you don't want to sit here and ratchet like this. You want nice, smooth pulls. And you want to pull as far as you can. You don't want to go little, come back, little, you know, come back. I mean, if that's all you can do, then it is what it is. But what you want to do is you just want to pull real nice. Bring it back. Pull some more. Oh, she clicked. Let's make sure. Alright, that's it, guys. That's how you get the dampener on. Now you just put your belt back on, put your fan on, put your shroud. I don't know if you guys want to see that. Alright, we're back. It's 4 in the morning now. Let's get this belt on. So we're going to come around. That's the way it goes. Should have known that last night. That's okay, though. We're amateurs here. Alright, belt's on. Nothing to it, nothing to it. Now we want to tighten back up our water pump. Not water pump, power steering. It's early, guys. Come on, give me a break. Let's tighten the bolts that are the bolt that we didn't need to tighten, or holy crap, bolts we didn't need to loosen. They say you should never tighten with ratcheting wrenches. Here we are proving them wrong. You know, if you go against the grain, it's fun, but sometimes bad things happen. As always, watch your radiator smacker. I don't think the owner of this Jeep would be too happy if I had to call him and say, hey, we're gonna need to put a radiator in it. Just a little side note, when you're putting this fan on, if you're new at doing this kind of work, you'll notice that the studs, there's barely any threads hanging out when you put the fan on, and that's okay. That's just because the belt's pushing on the water pump pulley, and it's trying to push it off in a sense of the word. And when you put your nuts on, just make sure they go on a couple threads, pull it in with the nuts, and everything will straighten in. You'll be all right. Oh yeah, and also when you're pulling it in with the nuts, you want to make sure you're pulling it in even, because the fan is sitting like this, well, sitting like that, the pulley's sitting like that too, and if you only tighten the top ones, you're just going to pull that in more and then bind up your bottom one. So you want to, pull the top one in, pull the bottom one in, and just work it until it's sitting nice and flat and straight. Just take your time, be patient. There's no rush to any of this. You want these tight, but don't get crazy. You don't want to pull the threads. All right, well, that's going to do it. She's back together. Fairly simple job. Should hopefully only take you a couple hours. Be patient, don't get frustrated if you do walk away. Let me know what you think of that. That was my first how-to. On this channel, we're not about how-tos. We're not trying to be a how-to channel. My wife and I, we just love working on cars together and learning how to work on cars. If we come across small jobs like this, maybe we will. If you guys like it, just let us know. If not, we'll continue on with what we're doing because we have a lot of fun doing it. As everyone says, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think of this, and hope you get your Jeep going. And if you have any questions about this job, just shoot a comment. I'll do my best to help you through and answer it the best I can. All right, See you in the next one. Now let's go get this VJ on the trailer.